Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
Yep, we're live. We've got a late player. I'm gonna just shoot him a message and let him know that.
The one that's gonna be fucked.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. She'll pop in eventually.
She'll be here.
And also, we are down a DM today. He is ill. So R.I.P. You'll probably hear him in the background eventually. But that's that. Hold on just a moment.
He's here in spirit.
Yes.
And maybe a little bit in presence, but not really.
It's a figment of our imagination.
All right.
Oh, God.
So in that case, as we had left off last session with the end of Astoria's interrogation, does anybody want to give us a quick recap, or do we feel like we've got a good grasp on it, seeing as it was literally last week as opposed to like a month ago?
I think we're good on recap.
I can do a quick brief one.
Alrighty, go ahead.
Alright, speedrun this shit.
Speedrun strats.
Alright, so we started off with the party being split. Angels on one side, the rest everyone else on the other. They both saw a body getting garroted through the throat and dragged into an alley silently. We were like, oh shit, that's bad. We book it. We're like, oh hey, you're new. Hey, there's a dead body, so we should probably go deal with that. We run over. The dead body, it's already a dead body. We had no time to save the person. The head, gone. The body, still moving. Deathless. It's a thing. There's a wound down the chest. Nadia, elbow deep. Angelus, and Astoria, both vomiting. Alston, not looking great. Detect magic is a thing. We did not set up a post to watch over this. A guard finds us. We're like, oh shit. They fucking grab the scarf of the twinks. They go, they book in it, we run in, we get to the sewers, because that's where Nadia originally was investigating and thought that the head might have gone. We are looking around, we're following a breadcrumb of fucking blood. We're following it, we lost it, shit. Oh god, the guards are coming. We're arrested. We were brought to jail.
Don't forget the guards came because Henrik yelled for them.
That is true. Henrik specifically yelled, hey, go down to the sewers later. And forgot to mention we're trying to find a cult. Just very nicely left that.
I think he did mention that there was a cult of the sewers. I did re-listen to the VOD.
Okay. Never mind, I take it back.
However, did still lead them directly to you.
Exactly. So, thanks, Henrik. Appreciate that. Fucking snitch. No. All with love.
That's what I felt the entire time, Henrik.
Listen, we love Henrik, but he is a little bit of an arc.
It's okay, it's okay. He's trying his best. So we're in jail. We're like, oh shit. We're just sitting there twiddling our thumbs. Our weapons were taken, like the ones that were obvious, but we weren't really like patted down. We weren't given the airport security. Then somebody that Henrik knows came by. They were chatting it up. Rolled a natural one. It was really unfortunate.
I rolled 2 nat ones.
I was getting to that. The first one started there. We're talking about that. He was trying to get us out early. And then, hey, I had an idea. I can connect brainly with brain. Telepathy. Let me try. And he's like, okay, come along. And I was like, oh boy. That went great. It didn't. It was terrible. Static. It hurt. I almost took damage. I'm traumatized. I went back. Woo, we leveled up! There was another natural one from Henrik. I probably was a little late on that. But yes, 2 natural ones. It was sad. And then, bada bing, bada boom, Paladin's around. We get Zone of Truth. Astoria is up first, and what do they ask? Hey, have you ever murdered anybody? And she's like, well! And it just went down from there. That's where we ended.
That is where we ended. The Paladin was nice enough to let Astoria know that she doesn't negotiate with murderers, and stormed out. So,
well,
and so she skewed.
The story, it was a solid maybe.
That is true. But yes, Astoria did skew the rest of our fucking interrogations probably, because now the Paladin is pissed and we probably can't get a replacement.
Well, we'll see. So that is where we left off last time, was the tail end of Astoria's interrogation. So the rest of you are likely still lavishing in your accommodations for the evening, ergo the cells you've been put in. When Bjorn does return with Astoria in tow, she does not look super high spirited, and is kind of shunted off into her cell again. Um, you do notice that the paladin is not with Bjorn this time around. She does seem to be missing, but he does move over to Nadia, and is gonna kind of just give you a once over, Nadia, and unlock the door. Well, you ready?
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, let's go. And he will like usher you up. You do get your hands chained behind your back, but he is not necessarily like rough with you. Just kind of like at this point, you could tell he looks tired. Whatever went on, like he's just a little bit over it at this point. Um, and he leads you up past the rest of the cells, up into the main part of the prison, and off to a side room, where there is a singular chair, and you do see again the paladin who is leaning against the wall, and kind of nods to you as you are led in by Bjorn.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, let's get this over with. You want to have a seat?
Sure. I'll take a seat, and I'll sit like cross-legged. It's like a it's like a seat with a back.
Yes.
I'll sit crisscross applesauce.
Nice. You got any problem with the zone of truth?
No, I don't think so.
She raises an eyebrow at that, and then I do. If you are going to auto fail, then you just feel the
Yeah.
zone of truth come over you. Okay. Um, but yeah, she looks you over. Um, I'm sure you know this one doesn't look good for you, kid.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Ramsguard found you elbow deep in a person. That's really not a good look. Care to explain what was going on there?
Yes. So around a few weeks ago, we were hired to investigate a man who one of the leaders in the town in Holbeck believed to be responsible for some part of this deathlessness. So we followed this man to a cabin there, and then some stuff happened there. We fought a bunch of books. I found a really cool novel.
You
That was
fought.
cool.
I'm sorry. You fought books.
They were like mimic books, like books with teeth. They were
Gotcha.
really
All right.
mean. Then we found like a teleporter in the basement. We seemed to teleported our one of our other party members, Alston. He reenacted the teleports, but it seemed to be rigged or something, whatever he says. And we ended up across the lands on in these islands. I forgot the fucking name. I'm just saying everything. Islands.
This is
That
on brand
sucked.
for Nadia.
So then we had to actually head back here on a really big ship, and I've only been on one really big ship, and it was kind of crazy. We got attacked during that entire thing, but then we landed in actually fuck, I don't have any names in my head.
She is just like staring at you at this point, just waiting for you to be done.
We landed in another city. We did some stuff there. We went to another town, went back there, came right here because we had a lead that the teleportation circle was supposed to end up here. And then we were here for a little bit, following a couple leads. Then you just started having the riots. And then we saw a guy take another guy into an alley, I believe. I think this was Henrik. I stayed behind. And then we followed up and we found the guy dead without a head. And thinking that this was related to the thing, and also noting that there were a few organs missing, I wanted to figure out what exactly they took from the dude to figure out what exactly the goal is, because it seemed to be, I believe, our a person that we just met. I forget. I actually don't know his name. I don't think he told me his name. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention. It's the guy you guys took to do the weird thing with the body. He
Yeah,
said that he
the tall
saw
one.
something similar happen earlier, so there seemed to be a pattern. So I want to see exactly what they were taking, because it seemed to be related to the cult. And it seemed that whoever killed the guy took their head into the sewers, and then also took their heart and, I believe, liver, if I checked correctly.
Gotcha. Um, all, all right. You folks have been talking a lot about a cult. I know Henrik yelled about that as well before you folks went into the sewers. You're investigating a guy, but also you have talk of a cult afoot.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The word cult has been throwing around, and I actually don't really remember what the cult has to do with this. I just remember there being result. I kind of lost track of what we were doing for a little bit, so I think there might be a cult related. That's what I keep getting told by everyone else.
All right. So you didn't kill the guy, obviously,
No,
and none of your other party members did.
no. Yes, no. If I remember correctly, I think Henrik saw the guy who killed him. Like
Mm-hmm.
we saw him pull into the alley, and then we
Yeah,
went
we'll
to
get to
check
Henrik
on
soon.
him.
All right. Have you ever killed anybody? This is apparently a question I have to ask now.
Uh, yes.
She raises an eyebrow. Is that something we're going to find in your record, or do I need to go into that more?
I believe it should be in my record. Didn't happen in this lands in Voxramus.
All right. You were processed for it?
Yes.
Self-defense or murder?
I don't. I don't remember exactly what it was detailed as.
But they've dictated you go free.
Yeah.
All right. We'll double check your records then. Is there anything else I should know about this whole situation?
No, I don't believe so.
All right. And she looks to Bjorn. You can take her. I'll take the next one. And
Nadia will slowly follow out.
yep. Yeah. Bjorn will lead you out. How does Nadia look as she is led back to the rest of the group?
Just kind of like not saying anything.
Fair enough. Alrighty, who do we have left? Let's see. Let's move on to Bjorn will approach Angelus next.
Oh boy. That's a thing. Yeah. He'll kind of like he's a little bit like out of it, probably like fiddling with something back from his bag. But sees the move and approach and kind of gets up. Am I next?
Yep, you ready?
I as ready as I'll ever be, I suppose.
Well, it's more of a formality of a question than anything. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, same thing. You get hands chained behind your back. Bjorn leads you up. You are sat down across from the paladin. Do you resist the zone of truth?
Nope. He does look very interested though, like, ooh, magic.
She does notice the interest and she just kind of goes, "It's just zone of truth. If you cast, you know of it."
Yeah, it's really cool seeing other people. I cast through the books and everything. You don't, it's interesting to see how you did it.
Yeah, paladin. It's a different type. Anyways, I don't have much time to kind of dawdle around with questions.
Right.
So it sounds like your crew found this person. Yes, you did not actually kill him.
Yes.
All right. How long have you known these folks?
How long has it been? I have keen mind, so I know.
Just about at this point, you slept in jail. It's probably been around 24 hours.
Well, technically, since I've been stuck with jail with them, 24 hours. I just met them.
She kind of quirks an eyebrow at that. All right.
He looks like help. There's like help in his eyes. Like, please.
So you just knew these people and you're running with them from the guard.
It was a bit more of a complicated situation. I was just ritual casting, so I wasn't really paying attention to what's going around because I was just trying to um see if there's magic around, obviously detect magic. And suddenly I was being grabbed by my coat and I was being dragged off and I was like, okay, we're running. So I ran along with them. And then we were running through the sewers and we are looking for a head from the body that we found. And then we were arrested.
All right. And I take it you've never killed anyone else before? Well,
No,
killed
no.
anyone before.
No, I have not. I've just graduated school. I have barely had time to go see like anyone, much less think of murder or commit murder.
Fair enough. Talk of the cult around. Have you had a chance to get filled in on any of that from them, or is this just something that they're talking about?
This is very new news to me.
All right. News to you. Let's see. Is there anything else you saw in the moment that is you would consider noteworthy? We're still trying to get as much information out of this as we can.
Would I DM?
You got the fog of necromancy, but that's the only thing that otherwise they wouldn't already know.
I mean, there's the fog of necromancy around city. That's all Bell really found out. There was I saw a different body earlier, but I didn't have a lot of time to look around because I tried to find a guard because that is your job, and I was hoping that it'd be dealt with. Apparently
She kind of nods at that. Any other details about the other body?
I was not looking at the body. That was a lot to look at, and I was trying not to vomit, so I was distracting myself with casting magic, and then again wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, they're pretty gruesome when we do find them.
Yep.
All right, and any of the rest of your friends, the black-haired one, the one we found actually rooting around. What's her deal?
She was what?
In the body.
Huh?
Oh God.
Because again, he was like looking around and like casting detect magic, so he did not see this. He doesn't know this about Nadia. I mean, I heard her mention that she was elbow deep in a body, but I thought it was like a joke.
All right, fair enough. And you know she kind of glances over to Bjorn. Neither of them are taking notes. For some reason. You good?
Stock is message in the roll 20. Who would joke about that? I'm good. But yeah, they're not taking notes. Cool.
Yeah. All right. In that case, unless you've got something else to say, I'm gonna have Bjorn bring you back.
I don't really know if I have anything to say. I don't think so.
All right. And she kind of like jerks her head to Bjorn, and he will lead you back to your cells.
Slumped in relief.
And we'll go for Saga.
Okay.
What was that, Saga?
Okay.
All right. Are you resisting at all?
No.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So yeah, Bjorn
She
will.
knows how it works.
Yep. Bjorn will lead you back up the stairs up to where the actual interrogation room is and sit you down. Elaine kind of looks you over. You got a problem with the zone of truth?
No.
Good. Are you resisting it at all?
No.
All right. So yeah, you feel that take hold. And this one, she doesn't talk immediately. She kind of folds her arms and leans back against the wall across from you. So, Saga, was it?
Yes.
we don't have a file on you, Saga.
I'm from a small country.
Ah, that'd be it. Because I was gonna say it doesn't seem like you're in our jurisdiction at all. So, is there anyone that we should be getting in touch with before we conduct an interview, or is that going to be fine?
I mean, if it comes to courts or anything, I can find a lawyer, but no.
All right. Well, in that case, just have to check with everybody, even if your crew seems clean at this point. Did you have any hand in killing that man that we found
No.
you with?
I don't think that man's really dead, though. Well, he's dead, but he's not dead. You know how it is.
Yeah, so unfortunately we do. We've got a hospital ward instead of a morgue right now. It's jarring. Did you see anything other than the garroting and your friend, how did she word it? Checking for organs and making sure they were all there?
Not around. Though we noticed the head had been taken somewhere. It wasn't anywhere around the area.
Gotcha. It seems to be pretty typical with these. Let's see, head taken. And I take it you folks realized which direction it went in, or is this just you noticed it was missing?
Well, going by what the others say, I tend to go. I mean, I've only been with them for a short time, but probably in the sewers with the coat.
All right. Good to know. Have you killed anyone in the past?
Yes.
She does raise an eyebrow. Something you've already been processed for at home, or?
Well, I used to be a soldier.
Ah, all right. She kind of nods at that one. That's one of the times when Zone of Truth does have its gray areas. Let's see. Anyone that wasn't in the line of being a soldier?
Hmm. I have to think about that. No.
She nods. Trying to think of any other questions she might have for you. Your red friend, the one with the white hair. Do you know what her deal is?
I heard. Yes, but no. I haven't been told anything directly.
You spoke into existence.
I think she has a very complicated relationship with her family.
I see. But you say you haven't known her for that long.
No, I just joined them in the last city we were in, and we traveled here together. I had a book signing.
Ah, I see. Really interesting way to get caught up in murder.
Well, it wasn't murder.
Well, someone was murdered. It just you folks didn't
Oh, yes.
necessarily do it.
Well, this happens when you travel places, especially when there's riots around.
Murder just happens when you travel.
Well, yeah, I've seen plenty of murder traveling. I travel all across the continent.
Sorry, that was just really funny.
I mean, you're not
Saga,
wrong.
please take an inspiration for that. That was actually hilarious. It's a thing that happens when you travel, murder.
Yeah.
She just kind of like raises an eyebrow at you, but nods. Excuse me. Hi. Sorry, my cat just scaled the back of my chair.
You
Can I help you?
mute?
Ow. Anyways, is there anything else we should know about the actual event? What you folks saw?
Good. Angelus, the the boy with the book.
Boy.
He was
Sweet.
not involved. We had found him probably 10 minutes earlier.
like a lost
Most
puppy.
likely less.
That's what I've heard. It's good to know. Minimizes his involvement. I have like 2 pieces of trash on my desk, and the cats are deciding to be as loud as humanly possible. Excuse me.
Dude, this is so
Sir,
funny.
hold on a second.
This is so funny because you're like, yeah, we met him 10 minutes before, and Angela's was like, yeah, I've known him for 24 hours. And then I was like, I don't know his name. like,
I mean, that just solidifies how much you guys don't
Yeah.
know about me. I don't know. He walked into the alleyway with us, and then he just almost vomited and sat down and did magic. I don't know shit about him.
you're also the odd one out.
What do you?
Get on our level. Haven't committed murder.
Listen, I'm not planning to either.
Lame.
Angelus and Henrik's sprites are adorable.
For those curious, my fucking cat is trying to get under the lamp because it is warm, and he likes to sit under there. But he's walking all over my desk in the process. Are you happy now, Squiggy?
Everyone point and laugh at Phoenix for saying sinking instead of simping.
I didn't mean to capitalize that, but that's so funny.
I'm here to bully.
No bullying.
That's my
I'm
only
gonna bully
hobby.
Angelus. We love you, Phoenix. All right. In that case, Saga, you are led back out, back to your cell.
I shoot her a wink before I go.
Are you gonna wink at the paladin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo!
Saga was really close to being a paladin.
Saga seducing the cops arc. This is how Astoria can still win.
Yeah.
That's why she's doing it. The only reason, not because she thinks she's hot.
Wait, let them cook. Wait, Saga, you got this.
All right. So you are led back to your cell by Bjorn, and he is going to approach the final of you, Henrik.
Hey.
Please don't throw us under the bus.
Do it. So Bjorn kind of like nods to you. You ready, old friend?
Henrik will nod back and just get up and follow.
Yeah. Bjorn will, as per usual, you know the procedure. Leads you upstairs to the interrogation room. This is an interrogation room you've seen before. You've led drills here before, and you are sat down in the chair. The paladin is not familiar to you, but she is wearing like the ram's imagery of Kavagan. Morning, Henrik. I've heard about you. Any protest to a zone of truth?
No.
All right. And if you just choose to fail the saving throw, you feel that effect kind of take hold of you. So, talk to the rest of your crew, as you know. Does not seem like you folks killed this specific person. However, I do have a couple of other questions, mostly for you. You seem to be the most trustworthy font of advice out of the rest of this group. Your little Genasi friend. Not to give away too much, you know how it is. We've got suspicion that we may need to be holding on to her. I wanted to give you a chance to potentially explain where she didn't want to, assuming you know. Has she ever killed anyone that wasn't self-defense?
I don't believe so. But her case may involve possession or memory altering magic.
Gotcha. All right. Because all we know is that she was talking about how she may have killed someone, but also may not have, which is, as you know, enough gray area to keep someone on, because maybe committing a murder is also not great. So you think it's a case of some sort of possession or other magical interference?
Yes, I'm convinced she's innocent. But if you go digging into that case, it will put innocent people in danger.
What do you mean by that?
I can't say. I made a promise not to share more because that also may put people in danger.
She kind of squints at you, and these people you are protecting aren't murderers.
No,
Or otherwise criminals.
no.
All right. Well, I won't be able to stop the crew if they decide to look into it further, but do you know how old the case would be?
Some years ago, but no dates.
All right. Fair enough. But you don't think she's a murderer?
No.
All right. Other than that, as far as the current issue at hand, anything that you think would be useful to the precinct in investigating this case? I'm sure Bjorn's told you about it. Um, and can you stop trying to eat my mic? Thank you. Um, sorry, I've got 2 cats on my desk at the moment. They're being criminals.
They're peeing?
They're being criminals.
Oh.
I'm Snuffy. Nobody's
No,
peeing
not
on my desk.
being the criminals.
Boys, piss boys, piss boys!
One
Stop
of them is
pissing
piss colored.
criminals. God. This is the 7th time it's happened in this week, and it's the very beginning of the week.
Look, they couldn't crack
No,
down
it's
on
not.
this
It's
story,
Saturday.
right?
What?
This is a
Are
really
you having a
interesting
stroke,
investigation
Phoenix?
tactic.
They're not
Yeah.
peeing.
Guys, I'm
Someone
trying to
misheard me
have
and
my
thought the cats were peeing on my desk.
interrogation.
Sorry! I'm so sorry.
Right. That guy is questioning me from the shadows of our room. Anyways.
I
So
hear him.
he's in the background here. Um
Hi,
but
guys.
yes, Henrik, she does ask you Jesus. She does ask you if there's anything else that you know that would be useful to the investigation.
Hmm. You, the city needs to get people into the sewers and tracking down whoever is responsible for these cases.
Trust me,
What's
we've been trying. Sewers adjacently, but we've got pretty much nothing aside from people going missing.
the riots are all too likely a distraction. We, whatever's going on is organized. We've been tracking someone who was smart enough to not only leave, uh, not necessarily smart, but also paranoid enough about being tracked to leave several ambushes, but also to trap a teleportation circle that sent us across the other end of the world.
She
We
just kind of
know that in a village they interacted people with, although rarely, everyone that did described them as wrong. And in the room they rented, there was evidence of necromantic rituals.
Gotcha, and this is the less than savory type of necromancy, I take it.
Yes.
All right.
And this fog that several wizards I've talked with haven't noticed,
Mm-hmm.
it's not in other places.
She kind of nods. We figured it was deathlessness, but if it's not elsewhere, then that's a problem. Well,
Yes.
deathlessness isn't a problem, but
Yes, considering there is now an organized group who likely is or was involved with creating the Deathlessness, has been collecting organs and heads for weeks now or days.
She glances to Bjorn, and he kind of like runs a hand on his face and speaks up. It's been weeks now, I think, since it started. Well, a few days after it started, people started going missing, and it's been what bodies we find are the same state as the ones you found. They're usually missing something, torn open, no head. We haven't been able to speak with them. They're just here.
So, a likely cult involved with Deathlessness has been operating for weeks, likely gathering reagents for a ritual. I have no idea what magic could be done with those things, but I
Anything
imagine
supposed
nothing
to?
good. The riots can't be a priority. They're likely a distraction. Guards need to be in the sewers.
I understand you, Henrik, but the riots are also pretty genuine. It's folks worried about the disappearances. If we leave them unattended, the city's going to burn.
If the cult is left unattended, the city may be worse than burned.
And I'm well aware it's you know how difficult the job is, trying to balance who is where and what we need to keep track of, but we don't have the resources to do both as efficiently as I would like.
The group I'm with is likely going to head right back into the sewers once we're out.
Well, I have if you folks would like to, I can work with you on that. This is a situation where outside help might be needed. I have my own orders to follow and just trying to keep the city safe, which at the moment looks like triage.
All right.
Bjorn kind of like looks back to Elaine, who considers for a long moment. I think you folks are fine, honestly. We'll be taking a look at the Genasi's record, but if it's an older cold case, there's not much digging we can do. It's out of our jurisdiction. If it's not from Kavagan, so.
At least try to be quiet about the digging.
I mean, we usually don't go announcing ourselves.
Even so.
All right. Well, I think that's it for me. If you have anything else, Bjorn, he kind of considers for a second. You'd ask for leads. We found a couple. I have a. Once you folks are out, I can hand off the information for you.
Henrik will nod.
Yeah. Bjorn will nod as well. Oh, your wizard. We talked to him first. The short one. Um. He wanted me to mention to you folks that he's got to be off back to Ionium.
Sad but understandable.
Yeah, said something about enrollment and not losing his credits or something.
That damn student debt hurts us again.
the real BBEG student debt.
Yeah.
Loans.
I agree.
Well, we'll get you all set up, and then once your crew's back together, we can talk more about what we know. And Bjorn will head you off back to the group.
Commonwealth for everybody.
All
It
of
did,
us.
surprisingly.
It's almost like we didn't throw ourselves under the bus by
I
being
know.
vague wording.
It'd be nice.
You know what? Astoria will be fine. It will be fine.
It's fine.
Henrik
Henrik
did in
spoke.
fact cover for her.
Yeah,
quite a
Henrik
bit.
covered for
Astoria
her.
did not admit to murder. They admit to maybe murdering.
Maybe
Yeah,
That
I
feels
didn't
like it's
admit
worse.
The shit. I just said hypothetically, if someone were to murder someone, and like there were no witnesses, but like you don't
You
know.
know,
You're just
you
kind
know
of
what you were
hypothetically-
asking? You
you're
were
just
asking
kind of
if a
hypothetically covered in blood, and like hypothetically,
Jesus.
you don't know if you killed them or not.
You
It's
know what
just
you
a
were asking?
hypothetical.
You just reworded the fucking if a tree falls in the forest but no one's around, did it really fall? You just reworded
No,
that
it's not
shit.
like, is it actually murder? It's just like, if no one else witnessed it and I don't know if I killed them, like, did I kill them? Like, I don't know, it's just hypothetically, of course.
You could have phrased
Because
that
something
so
like
much better.
Hear me out. Something like this would never happen. It's
What is
fine.
it?
Something like this would never happen. It's just a hypothetical.
You're not convincing.
It's
No.
just a hypothetical, Arson.
It's
Is something
fine.
wrong
It's
with
fine.
my
They-
hypothetical
they-
question?
Jesus
They just
Christ.
don't understand it. It's Schrodinger's murder.
God
It's not a
damn
murder,
it.
It's not a murder until
Exactly.
you find out.
If the murder is closed in a little box of trauma and you open the box, like, do you know for sure if the murder is there or not?
I'm going to take your fucking Nico kneecaps. I swear to God.
I love my
Nico
Nico
kneecaps.
kneecaps getting smashed. Please destroy them.
Look, Astoria's
It's
completely
horny.
deserved to be.
Astoria's completely
It's
right.
not
Yeah,
horny,
we could
it's
put
I want
Astoria in
misery.
horny jail.
No.
Oh, the misery.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So
I
what just
am the only
happened?
sane one left.
Yes, that's why, that's why we love you, Henrik.
Help, please.
I'm trying.
Never.
All right.
Are we out of jail yet? Can I leave?
Yes, you folks are. They question the cat too.
Shit!
No.
He's got all my secrets.
Now there's a
No.
mark.
Come
Now,
on again.
as
The
well
cat
as
has
committing
trail.
murder, the cat did
Yes, the cat has committed murder.
there
Confirmed.
was a war, and there was one person responsible for that.
It was the cat.
But yes, you are all eventually unlocked and kind of ushered up to Bjorn's office, and let know that you once you've spoken with him, you are free to go. And yes, that it does include Astoria, even though Elaine does not look super pleased about it.
Uh-oh. Literally, you did nothing. Henrik held your hand. You're like, please don't take my child away from me.
Astoria, can I give her just a little smile? Not like an overly cocky, like, haha, I got out, but like just a little, hi.
You're certainly welcome to.
Yeah.
She's going to arrest
Astoria,
you on that.
just, like, smile at her. No, there's no evidence. I'm just smiling. Is it illegal to smile, ma'am? I'm so sorry. Is it
Just
illegal
looks
to
at
be
Bjorn. I
happy?
want to cast Zone of Truth on her. She's pissing me off.
I also have
Let me
to-
rough her up a little bit.
Hear me out. She casts Zone of Truth. I cast Zone of Truth. We have a really good game of Truth or Dare.
Oh God. Awful.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Stop trying to seduce my NPCs.
new college. Can we talk about?
I'm still waiting on my letter back from Kasairi.
Okay, I would like to bring up. Do you guys think that casting Zone of Truth and then playing Truth or Dare is a college game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's
I
also
would like
absolutely a
to
tricky
point
game.
out I love the idea of Astoria playing that in Bard's College.
Oh,
Oh,
You
yeah,
know
for
the
sure.
little.
You went to
No, but
college?
Go Bjorn. You
It's
have
all fun and
information
games
for
until
us.
they ask, have you committed murder? And then you,
Just a second,
you
Henrik.
give your spiel about Schrodinger's
Okay,
murder.
okay, guys, we got session, please.
Wait.
Yes.
You
It's
guys
been an
know
hour.
the little paladin Boy Scout groups.
Oh God.
Boy Scout groups. They just.
There is a cult in the sewers we need to track down and kill.
Okay.
Take
I'm
the
just
hint.
imagining Henrik just talking to the group like this. Just guys, please. But yes, you are led up to Bjorn's office. He's kind of rifling through a stack of papers. Henrik, this is just. He is an organized man, but he's obviously pretty like just trying to keep his head above water at the moment, trying to manage what's going on. And he kind of waves you folks in. All right, so couldn't give information while you folks were in jail, given that we didn't know what was going on with the murder and whatnot. But you had mentioned your man a while back when we had talked. I had some spare guard when they were available canvass the area looking for the folks you're talking about. There's an old logging operation outside of town. It looks like someone's been there recently. Maybe it's out of the way. It would be easy to get by there without being noticed. So if you'd want to check that one out, I'd recommend it. Couple of other seedy folks around town, but they're not really incredibly notable. It's just folks who say, "Oh, I've seen a scary man in a hood with a scar," which is pretty vague and also up for human error and whatnot. I'd say check out the logging operation type thing, or the sewers as you'd like. I can provide a map for that or a guide if you need it. I can spare probably one guard or two, but that's probably about it.
Are we
Kenneth
good?
is just gonna turn to look at the group and raise his eyebrow in lieu of asking which one people think is a better priority.
Mm.
We're out of shackles, right?
Yes, you are now unchained.
Can I take my orb and touch everyone with it? Everyone is now clean.
Extra
So
clean.
Nadia pulls out this huge fucking stone from her bag.
How big is it?
It's a meter
big.
across.
What?
It's dangling on her back.
I'm sorry, it is 100 centimeters long?
Yes, that's how measurement works, surprisingly.
How does that fit in your bag?
It doesn't.
That's
I
about
lug it
3
around.
feet.
I have an 18th strength.
Yeah, she's just toting it around. For reference, for those who don't know, the group all got like low-level magic items to choose when they were building their characters, and Nadia picked a cleansing stone, which we figured was like bar of soap sized, and then we read the thing later after letting her have the cleansing stone, and no, it's a giant orb.
It's supposed to be a stationary thing in a town center that people can touch every once in a while. But I'm
what the fuck? How is this on your person?
18 strength.
Oh, sorry. It's not. You know what? It's not a meter. It's a foot. That's a lot better.
That is
that's way
so
better.
much different
better.
from a meter.
That's
Really big. Still.
It's like a bowling ball sized rock.
A meter.
But that's
What's
so
a
much
lot?
more reasonable than a fucking meter. You would have to two-arm that shit all the time. Good God.
To be fair, it's a meter in diameter, so like take out a measuring stick and think of that like in a ball form. That's pretty big.
Ball form.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yes, it's a foot.
Like even it being a foot is fairly big to lug around.
It is very
Again,
big.
just a
and it's
bowling
probably
ball.
That
so
is
heavy.
a bowling ball. That is an overly sized bowling ball. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So,
we're
Nadia
all
takes it and
clean
pulls
with
the
this
group
weird
up.
ball. God.
I just do without saying anything. I was gonna say touch my ball, but that's I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna touch your balls?
This is awful. This is awful.
Anyways, Angel's kind of like standing in the back, just kind of like looking around. Then he like looks over. Are you asking me as well?
No.
More,
All right, fair enough.
Well-
I can get going, probably.
do you want to be
Asking
involved?
you-
We could use a wizard.
Yeah, no, you're a replacement now.
What?
Yeah, I guess you're coming with us.
What? Do I get any choice in this?
Yes.
I mean, no.
I don't think you can kidnap somebody directly in the same room as like the fucking police chief. You can try. I don't know how well that's gonna go over for you.
It's not kidnapping. We're not gonna pick them up and drag them around. We're gonna have them walk with us.
Kidnapping is only kidnapping if you physically restrain them.
Yeah, you need to
see.
guess. We're
I
no,
can't
we're not
spell period
kidnapping
time.
either. We're gaslighting them into believing they have to go with us.
Oh god. Gaslighting isn't a crime, it's just wrong.
It's
Did you-
morally
did you-
wrong, but Saga doesn't
what?
have any morals.
You said you're gonna come with us.
I did?
Yeah.
When?
Yes.
We're talking in the cell.
Well, you didn't talk to me in the cell.
Yeah, Austin
Yes, we
said that we
did.
have to go back, and then you said that, oh, you can cover.
The fucking funny part is I have keen mind, so I fucking remember conversations, and I'm like, I definitely remember not having that conversation with anyone.
No,
Takes
I
keen
think
mind,
that.
immediately gets gaslit.
So I actually had this conversation with someone pretty recently. Is where if you talk to someone, so I didn't think about how this was basically gaslighting, and this actually was gaslighting. If you talk to someone and you keep insisting that you've had a conversation and they said something, if you keep insisting on it, at some point they just can't argue with you if you do not give up.
I mean, you're right, but also, what the fuck?
What? You gaslighting him! I'm gonna look over at Henrik, just like, help.
No, it's okay. You know what? Like, I'm not someone who backs on my word, but that's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
controlled.
Nadia, you never had any kind of conversation.
You weren't
You
here.
had-
This is when you went to
You
get
were in a.
questioned.
I was gonna say they go to another school.
Uh-huh. Would that be what you said if you were subjected to Zone of Truth again?
Can you cast Zone of Truth?
I can cast it right now. Actually, I can. I actually had to take a long rest.
We could use your help, Angelus, if you can put up with these two.
Right, there's probably gonna be a lot more dead bodies, huh?
If it makes you feel better, we never had a conversation about me sticking along, but I'm still here.
Yes,
Angelus just looks
you are.
confused.
No one ever asked me, I just came.
Okay.
You did.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna roll some.
So did you
Once
folks
you've
need
experienced-
directions, or?
No, we're having a conversation. Give us a moment. We'll get out of here in just a second. But once you've experienced, a whole conspiracy together, you can't really separate, can you?
Give me just a second. I will be right back.
Okay.
Talk
So-
amongst yourselves. Gaslight amongst yourselves.
Always and forever, baby.
So I actually just rolled like a d20 just to see, and I rolled a natural 20, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
you can roll a natural 20. We're not gonna stop gaslighting you.
No, I know. I'm just trying to see like which way Angelus will go. But he kind of just like takes a breath, trying to like solid himself. It's like, I want to help people, but I would appreciate if there was like none of this. If you, I would have just said yes if you just asked. You didn't have to say that we had a conversation when we didn't. I know that we didn't.
whatever you say. I actually don't know your name.
Angelus.
Okay.
I know your name.
Okay. I appreciate that you remember my name.
Yeah.
I didn't really get a name from anyone else though. Henrik was the only one who introduced himself.
Oh.
So could we get that out of the way?
I'm Saga.
Pleasure to meet you. And I look at the other two.
Astoria looks at Nadia.
You could literally what?
I'm thinking about it.
I look over
Alright,
at
I returned.
They're not giving me their names, Space.
So Jesus Christ.
I gave them my name.
Yeah, Saga did. Saga.
Astoria.
I'm-
20.
Y'all
Sorry,
immediately
just staring at
swarmed
Nadia.
Saga when she was introduced, but as soon as Angelus comes in, you guys go just keep mean.
To be fair, Astoria did
Because-
just get interrogated
also,
and
it's the
That's
thrown on
fair.
the ground.
It's the difference between a hot male and a hot woman.
I'm just
True,
gonna,
there is that.
Fair.
I'm just gonna-
Astoria is
look,
bi.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. We met
No,
Saga.
I'm
okay,
also-
hold on. we met Astoria, and then we met Astoria's hot mom. We met Angelus, and we got arrested. So
True. That is true.
Saga's also bi, but the way that we treat the way I treat hot women and hot men is very different.
Fair.
Because I don't respect.
my
I don't.
name
I'm just
begins.
kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
can leave.
My name begins with an N and ends with an A.
So, introductions. There's one more.
I in the middle.
Wait. Who else? Because it was only Saga and Henrik that I know. I don't think Astoria or Nadia said anything. There's two
It's
more.
confusing.
Did
I could introduce you to. I
My
know their
name-
names.
I just
My
appreciate.
name begins with an N, ends with an A, and has an ADI in the middle.
That's Nadia, that's Astoria. I don't know why this one is so difficult.
So your name is. Oh, never mind. I misspelled. I
That
forgot
was
that
a
you said
test to
I.
see if they could spell. And thanks, Henrik.
I can spell just fine, thank you.
I have known that you didn't do a test.
So, looking at the map for the sewers.
Just forgetting about the story.
No,
No,
Henrik
I
introduced.
said that's Astoria,
Yeah.
that's Nadia. I don't know why they're
Oh,
being
okay.
so difficult.
Yeah. So the secrets got spilled.
And trying to move on from this,
Funny.
looking over the map of the sewers. So, what makes the logging operation so suspicious?
Well, nobody's supposed to be there. It's shut down for the season, but there's been rumors of people seeing folks around there recently. At least one or two. It's supposed to be, like I said, completely locked down. It's supposed to be closed up, and it's a city-run type thing. So I would know if it was being started back up again. And if you're looking for folks with magic, it's decently far away from town, and could be easily missed if we weren't paying attention.
Okay, and then map of the sewers I'm looking at. Is there anything big near the area where we got caught?
No, not really. You see a couple of like cisterns and the like, but the area where you got caught, no.
And then, do they have information on all of the where the disappearances have been?
They have information on who has been reported missing. They only have information from about, it looks like they've found 6 different bodies, including the one that you had. And they do have like in points where those are, it doesn't seem like there's any pattern to it. But the rest of the disappearances aren't, like, locations aren't recorded because they don't have they don't have
They
locations.
don't have that
They
information.
just went missing.
Could I actually pinpoint where I found my body?
Um, with keen mind, actually, yeah, you could point
Yes.
to a spot on the map. It doesn't really add anything to the pattern.
I was
They're kind of fanned everywhere.
I wasn't looking for a pattern in the bodies. I wanted to see if it corresponded to the sewers. Or sewer map.
Sure. Go ahead and give me just a quick investigation. And Henrik can
Would I
help.
be assisting in this case?
Yep. Yep. You can make an investigation with advantage.
Okay, ours. Let's hopefully do that one. Let's do it again. Okay, thank God.
A 19. More often than not, yes. So you've got information of about 7 bodies. It looks like about 5 of them are close to or like around sewer entrances.
What about the 2 that aren't?
Those are just kind of random, seemingly. They're not close to any sewer entrances or anything of the sort, any runoff areas. They're just kind of scattered.
Are they near the logging camp? Or easy accessible by the logging camp?
No, they're kind of central as far as town goes. It is something that both of you notice. These are like weirdly in the middle of things. Usually like people would try to lure someone into a more quiet area. A lot of these are in like relatively populated areas of town.
Okay. What about sorry, do we have information on who was taken? Like what kind of like jobs they led, their social status, etc.
It's pretty everywhere. They do have a list of people, but Bjorn will just kind of quietly relate to you that it's been um all walks of life except for notary or notable nobility.
Angelus is gonna take out his book and I'm just gonna copy down like very roughly like the sewer map,
Mhm.
the basic town map and like kind of X out where the dead bodies were found, as well as take it down the list of information.
Yeah,
Just so I
for
have it
sure.
on hand.
Okay, those two bodies that weren't near sewers, you said they were centrally located. Aren't
Yeah,
they in
as
the
in
same
like
area?
um ish they're in a similar quarter to like the one that you guys recently found. It's not necessarily like usually in crime shows they'll show like a circle around the area where the killer is hunting. These are just scattered. There's no grid, there's no rhyme or reason to it. They're just kind of around everywhere. The only thing that seems to be the connecting thread is the being close to the sewers, except for those two. They're just in populated areas. One is close to where the market would be, Henrik, and then one is closer, ooh sorry, to like the main area of town.
Okay, so is there like a route that connects the bodies that are near the sewers, but
Uh,
also passes through the main area of town?
I mean, the sewer system's pretty organized. It's pretty gridded, so you could theoretically get from anywhere to anywhere else. There's nowhere like that would be blocked off specifically. So theoretically, yeah, there would be a route you could take to link up all of the bodies. Yes.
Except the two that weren't near.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, what about so were they all similar, like the head cut and then the chest open? Did you guys notice any
Um,
missing organs as well?
Bjorn nods at that. Uh, the ones we found are all without a head, which is making the whole process difficult. Otherwise, we could just speak with dead or talk to them. Um, all without a head, usually without organs. He kind of
Any
pulls out
specific organs or just all of them?
no, nothing specific. Usually, if people take a trophy, they'll stick to one. We've found missing lungs, hearts, intestines, kidneys, everything you can ask for.
I don't remember, DM. Is there a like a library of sorts in Kavagan or like somewhere to do research?
There would be, not. Oh, sorry. Um, not as like an impressive library as you might find
Yeah.
in other cities, but that you can definitely. There's like a city library. Yes.
Okay. I was just wondering, would I like from the list off that I've kind of been doing, could I think of it like any magic, any rituals, anything that could like from my time learning?
Oh, you haven't delved into necromancy that much. You'd have to check. Even with keen mind, it doesn't ring any bells for you. But you also wouldn't be sure because it's not something you have studied a lot of.
Mm-hmm. So, but I would know, be like, okay, time to look into more necromancy stuff and like specific that.
Yeah, you could definitely like look up those specifics. You just wouldn't know off the
Okay.
top of your head if that's something that even is anything.
Okay. Yeah, he's just scribbling viciously.
Alrighty.
So
Uh,
I'm thinking Bjorn is recommending the logging outpost.
yep.
Maybe we should go there just because right now we know something is going on in the sewers, but we lost the trail. There's not enough here to make a pattern.
Yeah,
Hmm.
sewers is also potentially just a path of transportation, and the login outpost is actually a destination.
Probably. I'd appreciate some time if I could look into this, do some research about it. I'd be able to find some method or inspiration that they took. A place to get books on that.
I see
How
what you
long
mean.
would that take, though?
Depends. DM, would I know?
With research, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 3 days. You have got no idea. It's going to depend on what resources you have.
It really depends on what kind of resources I have. It could take 20 minutes to 3 days. It's a kind of a gamble. Um,
I don't think we had that much time.
Mm. And
Like we
if
were
we're
already weeks behind from the teleport fiasco.
already checking out the logging camp, if this cult was there, then it's likely you'll be able to find something that could narrow your search down further.
yeah, that's probably right.
My gut says that Henrik is gonna eye the two cops in the room, him being an ex-cop, and wondering if he should actually say this or not.
Oop.
I'm worried that there might be someone in the city's hierarchy that's involved.
Ooh. Bjorn kind of raises an eyebrow at that. But he does not say anything for the moment.
Don't have any evidence, but just a gut feeling.
Hmm. It's good not to rule that out until we have evidence against it, I'm sure.
Has there been anyone either pressing more than others to focus on the riots or been dismissive of these cases?
Bjorn thinks for a second. The nobles just want things dealt with. They want folks quiet. Riots are getting out of hand. There's talk of shutting the city down if people don't get control of themselves here soon. They're questioning the nobility and the status quo and why people are disappearing. So it's a bit of an issue, but I mean, they know we can only do so much, and they know that that people are not really going to rest until they have answers.
They don't suppose there's records of any particular properties owned by either of these two bodies that weren't located next to the sewers.
Well, considering we can't ID them, I don't know.
No, sorry, I meant, is there someone prominent who owns property by either of these?
Ah. Not that I know of, not on the books at least.
Well, like I said, I'm turning to the group. I'm thinking that we check out this logging operation for hopefully more information to narrow down our search. We might be able to find something if we head straight to the sewers, but
I think log ambushing is the best shot because I think if you go to the sewers, it's just gonna be we're just gonna be searching the sewers. But if you go to the logging place, then it's one location. Like if it was a day ago and we were right behind them, I would say the sewers. But we have no guarantee that there's something in the sewers right now, anyways. So we might as well just go to the single location instead of trying to track them down through a day-old scent.
Astoria?
Oh, do we have an Astoria?
Astoria. Are you pressing your push to talk?
The
Whoa.
story is
Oh, God.
dead.
She's murdered!
The story is
No!
dead. No.
R.I.P.
It runs in the family.
Shit,
Ah,
dude.
terrible.
I can't believe she's a mother. Her child murdered her.
The story is a mother.
Because it runs in the family, so her
Oh
kid
my
had to murder her.
Oh my god.
All right, it seems we may have lost Astoria. So there's that. Which does bring up another point. I'm starting to cough a lot more than I was anticipating. I may have to duck at some point here,
Oh
folks.
no.
I thought I was doing better than I am. It turns out that talking a lot as a DM is not great when you're still recovering from
I don't know
being.
what you're talking about.
I'm sure you can hear me, like the general nick.
Yeah. You've also been talking a lot. It was the interrogations.
It'd be like that sometimes. So I may have to cut the session short. I'm not feeling super great personally.
Yeah. Hey, we got an extra session that has made significant progress.
Hell yeah.
Yes, got out of jail.
Woo!
We didn't lose Astoria to the prison system.
We did not.
Thank
Yeah.
God. I don't know how we managed to get around that. Like,
Thank you, Henrik.
She took herself so deep in a grave. Yeah, thank you, Henrik.
Yes. All right. I think I'm gonna go try to get some tea in me.
Yes, good.
And
Yeah,
make sure
tea in you.
that guy's also. Oh, he's got the kid. That guy's also taking care of himself. So, I'm gonna duck, folks. Thank you for the session. Sorry for cutting it short. I'm about to go have a coughing fit. So,
No, go
I'm
take
gonna
care of
do
yourself.
that. Alrighty. I will
Yeah.
see y'all later. Adios.
Bye.
Adios.
Thank you for the session.
No problem.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Yeah.